I know I ain't the only one that's been going through stuff. And I'm here to talk about it all so that way I don't feel crazy and so that way y'all don't feel crazy. Because this year, these past few months have been crazy. I have been going through a lot of these things spiritually where I have to ground even more than usual because I just feel so sensitive to everything around me. And I want to let you know you're not crazy, especially with the Lionsgate. We're already in the midst of the Lionsgate. I believe it started on July 24th and it doesn't end until August 12th. But the peak is on the 8th, which is tomorrow. So listen, guys, it's okay. All right. It just means you're evolving spiritually. You're tapping into the spiritual realm. You are having a spiritual awakening and you're okay. You're not crazy. You just got to vibe through it and surrender to yourself because everything is always okay. Everything is always okay. My name is Elle. For those of you who are new, I'm a spiritual creative. And today I just want to talk a little bit about the things that I have been experiencing this year. So that way I can kind of like relate to you guys. And I would love for you to drop in the comments about your experience spiritually, what's been going on with you. So let me know down in the comments so that way we can discuss below. So I have been doing a lot of spiritual work with myself as far as mirror work, manifesting, doing actual spell work, you name it. And my body has just been amplified to the spiritual realm. I feel so sensitive and connected in a positive way. So one of the things that have been happening to me spiritually is vivid dreams. I have been having so many vivid dreams and not just like, oh, once in a while, back to back. And I am somebody who rarely ever dreams. I know they say everyone dreams, but I don't ever remember my dreams. I have been remembering my dreams every single morning waking up, and I've just been more connected to like understanding my dreams. And it all started because I told myself this year was the year that I step out into courage and face all of my fears that I have within. And these are like physical fears, like that make sense in our reality, like, you know, being scared to speak online, being seen, all of that. But it's like, well, I want to be a content creator. So this is an irrational fear for me because I need to be seen in order to be that, right? But it also encompasses my fear that are like a little more spiritual fears because I grew up in a religious household. So I do have a lot of those spiritual fears that are like, oh my God, what if I summon a demon or do something crazy like that, or see something demonic or evil at the corner of my eyes? What do I do? And that has always put me in the fear mode of ever like stepping into my spirituality. And I kind of like stepped back and stayed with things that I felt comfortable with, like mindfulness and just meditation and things that I felt comfortable with. But this year, after all of my mindfulness work I did all throughout last year, I told myself this year was the year that I step into myself and build my power and know my power and trust myself. And it started with doing more spell works for myself. I do beauty work because I love like glamour magic and building myself up and building my self-confidence. So even before I got into doing spell work for myself, I was doing a lot of affirmations within myself, speaking to myself, building my confidence and knowing that I am safe and I am protected. I did a lot of protection work with myself to like put it in my subconscious that I'm protected, I'm safe, period. Nothing can touch me. I'm good. And I did that consistently to the point where I started having dreams. I had dreams that kind of like worked, that was tapping into my subconscious as far as like my fears. And I had a dream about a demon in my room. Like I woke up and I just saw this demon in my room. And for some reason in me, I just got so angry because I'm like, why are you here? Get up out my house. And I just start cussing it out. And I just remember getting up out of the bed and going over there and I just start beating his ass. And I won because I woke up and I was just like, still like, yeah, don't be coming. I woke up talking crap. I don't think I could cuss too much, but I'm a cusser. I woke up talking crap and I was like, don't you ever mother come back, blah, 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 blah. And I just had this courage that just like came over me. And one thing they tell you about dreams is that it's not about what you dream about. It's about how you feel in that dream. And I was building that courage. That was my subconscious letting me know like, hey, like, You are courageous. It's in you. You are good. You are safe. You hold the power. And I actually end up having another dream months later after that dream about another demonic encounter. And this time I was at the top of my stairs looking down, and I saw an entity that was not friendly. And at first fear almost got over me, but then I could remember my dream within my dream. And I was like, I remember this. I hold the power. And I just remember I jumped from the top of those stairs to the bottom, and I like leaped at it, and I just start beating it up. And symbolically, the thing when it comes to like stuff like that, it's all of your subconscious. You have the power to create heaven and hell within yourself. So you can create these negative entities that feed off of your fears, because it's all internal. So I knew that that was my subconscious letting me know that it's all mental, and it's whatever you feed into. You can build up your courage and know that you're good, or you can let yourself scare yourself to death, basically, And ever since then, I was like, yeah, I am powerful. And that became a daily affirmation for me. And I started to dabble into more spell work when it comes to beauty oil, because I wanted to not only build my confidence, but I wanted to build I didn't want to only build my courage. I wanted to build my confidence and my beauty within myself, and just have strong self-love, because I feel like self-love, knowing yourself, is true protection. So doing protection work is all about knowing who you are and trusting that you are good, that you are safe, that nothing can mess with your energy, that you at the end of the day, you have to consent for anything to manipulate your energy or mess with you. So that's all a part of it too. So that's why I got heavily into beauty work. Like, aesthetically speaking, it was just a bonus, but it was also to build my confidence and my self-love within myself. So after those dreams, I start dabbling into, beauty work and doing beauty oils. And that's when I had a very vivid dream after doing my very first like beauty ritual. And because during the ritual, I just, for some reason, feline kept popping up into my head. And I was like, oh yes, like a feline, because felines are so sensual and majestic and so feminine, but they're so fierce. Like, you cannot F with them. And I was like, they're beautiful and they protect themselves. They do not play. And then that night, as I was dozing off, I got into that state where a lot of spiritual stuff happens. Is it the alpha state? I don't know. But it's that state where they teach you that you can tap into it I forgot. It's like some type of tapes that you can listen to that put you in that state, so you can like astral project or spiritual eavesdrop. Yeah, so I got into that state without like it wasn't intentionally. I just got into that state where my body, as I'm dozing off, I could just feel my body vibrating. I was like vibrating and buzzing, but like as I was falling asleep, I was so happy because I still like had the energy of that beauty ritual that I did. I was just like in love with myself. I felt so beautiful and I was just smiling, and I just remember vividly seeing a black cat sitting at the end of my bed. Well, it wasn't on my bed, but it was like on the floor watching over me, but it was a pretty big cat. It was a pretty big black cat. It looked like a house cat, but it wasn't my cat, because I do have a black cat. It didn't feel like my cat. It felt feminine, and my cat is a boy. And it was it was more slender than my cat. And I was like, who is this? And crazy enough, the next day, without even researching, I came across a picture of the Egyptian black cat, that's the goddess, and there was a statue of it, and that's exactly how it was sitting and looking at me in my dream. And that's when I knew who that cat was, because also it felt very motherly looking over me, and that's also what that goddess represents, motherhood and protection. And I definitely felt very protected. After that, I did get heavily into mirror work, and I still do it to this day. I recently made a magical mirror, or a magic mirror, where I do all of my mirror work day and night. I've been doing it for a little over a week, and that has been very transformative as far as like building up my confidence and my courage and knowing who I am and loving myself even more, even deeper. and building up my manifestations, because when you speak to yourself and you know who you are and you know that whatever you want you can get, it comes to you with ease, because then you're not doubting yourself or second guessing. So like pouring into yourself and reprogramming your subconscious to believe and know your power is, listen, I'm not going to get into much to it because I have a whole nother video I'm going to make specifically on mirror work and how much it's changed me. And I'm going to wait until after the 30 days that I've been doing it. So just hold off on that. But that is in and of itself amazing, and I have been noticing a lot spiritually. One of the things that I have felt multiple times every time I do mirror work is my heart chakra opening. Like there's this feeling, it's literally a vibration right here where my heart is that overcomes like my entire body, and it just feels so loving and compassionate and understanding when I'm speaking to myself. I also have seen my aura doing mirror work, and it is a sky blue, which represents your throat chakra, and that's all about communication. And it's like I'm communicating with myself, and I can feel my heart opening up. It all makes sense. I'm so aligned right now. Another thing is noticing energies. And I've always been able to feel energy even since I was a child, but it's like you don't know what to do with that information until you start on your spiritual journey and you kind of start putting two and two together, because it's like, you know, before you think that, oh, that energy can get to me and it's gonna like make me change me, because that is the type of person I am. There are some people who have extremely big, beautiful energies that no matter where they go, their energy shines bright and they can change the energy in other people. But for me, I am somebody whose energy will change based off of who I am around. And I used to get so like, I wanted to stay away from people whenever they're in a bad mood, because I'm like, I'm in a good mood and I don't want you to change me and make me in a bad mood just because you're not feeling good. And now I am at a point where I'm starting to build up that like energetic field of, no matter if a loved one around me is going through something or not in a good mood, it doesn't change me. You know, like somebody could just be going in about how frustrated they are, and I'm just sitting there smiling internally, but still there for them. I'm able to be there for them without taking on their energy as my own. And that has just been with, you know, that came with a lot of work. And I don't know if, I think that's more so to do with like all of the stuff that I've been doing for myself to build up my energy and my protection more than just this year, because I feel like this year is extremely amplified, and with tomorrow being the Lion's Gate, and that's going to be even more amplified. It's like no matter where you're at in your life, it's going to be amplified on whatever energy you are vibrating on, whatever energy you allow. So if you're going through a lot of things, it could feel worse this year for you. And that's because you're focusing on it mentally and it's amplifying it more. But I have been focusing on a lot of positive things, and I just feel it amplified even more in my life this year. Another thing, I've been manifesting rapidly, y'all. I have to tell y'all this story. It happened yesterday, actually, and I was just like, what? Okay, they got the dogs out. I apologize if you can hear the dog. He's a sweet dog. But anyways, since doing the mirror work, I have been noticing my manifestations happen quickly. And one of the things that I love to manifest are cars. Specifically, I've been manifesting a punch buggy right now. And I told myself, every time I see a punch buggy, that is reaffirming that my manifestations on other things are coming true. So yesterday, I felt like I kept seeing a punch buggy, like cars that would pass by in my peripheral. It looked like shrunken like a punch buggy would in your peripheral, but it wasn't punch buggies. So the last time that happened, I was like, you know what? That was a punch buggy. Clearly my peripheral wanted me to see it look like a punch buggy. So that's confirmation that I saw my punch buggy for today. And as soon as I said that, y'all, why did the punch buggy just fly past me right after I said that in my car? And my jaw like literally dropped. I was like, that's me reenacting. And you know how your brain kind of like makes you, like it tries to rationalize things. And I wasn't having that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it again. As a matter of fact, if I see 2 punch buggies in one day, oh, that means I am a master manifester, and everything that I manifest comes to me rapidly, so quickly, so effortlessly, because that's how amazing and good I am. That's how powerful I am. So on my way home after work the same day, I was like, I saw my punch buggy because it looked like it from my peripheral. It looked shrunk. I was like, oh, claimed it. I saw my punch buggy for today. I am a master manifester. And as I got off my exit to head home, a punch buggy passed me this way. It flew this way. And I was like, now my brain can't rationalize this because there's no way that there's two coincidences happen in the same day. And I don't even believe in coincidences. Outside of manifesting in dreams, I don't know if y'all been going through this, but I have not been sleeping 8 hours straight. It's like I either wake up in the middle of the night and I have to fall back to sleep, or I can't sleep at all and I just stay up really late and then I'm able to fall asleep. But my sleep schedule has been crazy. Let me know if you've been experiencing that too, because they said that got something to do with the Earth's frequency changing, that surge that recently happened not too long ago, because I was staying up all day. Not all day, but I was staying up a lot back then when that surge first happened, and also a few nights ago I couldn't sleep good either. And that's because, listen, another one of those spiritual encounters happened to where as I was falling asleep, I got into that that state to where you can tap into spiritual things. And I was vibrating and buzzing as I was falling asleep, and I could almost feel myself entering sleep paralysis. I have entered sleep paralysis as a child multiple times, and it always scared me. So I never sleep on my back. I try to avoid it at all cost. But this time I was sleeping on my side and I still felt like my body not being able to move my body, but I kind of just like went with it and I was like, it's okay, I'm gonna just fall asleep. And out of nowhere, I just started hearing a woman who wasn't my own internal voice, and it was in my head speaking, and she was cussing somebody out, y'all. I don't know who thoughts I tapped into, but I believe that I was spiritually eavesdropping without intentionally doing it, because I heard this woman going off on somebody named Mackenzie. And I was just like, ooh, who is Mackenzie? And I remember like jumping up out of my sleep like, wait a minute, this isn't my voice. This isn't my internal voice. Who am I hearing? And so I was like, I kind of like brushed it off. I was like, oh, it's okay. Like, let me just go back to sleep because I got to work tomorrow. And as I was dozing off again, I heard another man go, so, and I jumped out. And it was like he was about to start a conversation, but I jumped out of my sleep before I could hear it. But eventually I did go to sleep just fine. But it took a minute because I was a little like, not tonight, y'all. Not tonight. I need my sleep tonight. But yes, I definitely believe that I have unlocked my clairaudience and I was able to spiritually eavesdrop and listen in to other people's thoughts maybe. Or maybe I was in a different realm listening to actual people talking to other people. I don't know. But whatever it was, I know what I heard and I know what I sound like and I know that I ain't crazy. All that to say that with all this going on, tomorrow is the peak of the Lion's Gate, where it's going to be a very large energetic portal specifically for manifesting. And following that day is the full moon in Leo. So I am definitely going to be doing a ritual, doing some journaling, scripting, doing mirror work. Basically, I'm going to take this entire weekend starting tomorrow. Starting today, I'm going to map everything how I want out. And starting today, I'm going to be embodying the person that has all of her desires. I'm going to be her, okay? I'm giving her an alter ego. I'm going all in. I'm wearing gold, doing some glamour magic with my makeup to embody the richness that is within me and that pours into me, that I am abundant and I am prosperous. So get on y'all stuff, y'all, because I know you feeling it too. And if you've been on the opposite end of it and it's been more like a negative experience for you, try to focus on your thoughts and your emotions and just making positiveness out of what you can and being more positive in your day and looking, more so instead of worrying about your current circumstance. If you're going through things, start to embody the person that has everything that you want, and what do they feel like in this moment, and just hold that vibration throughout the day, tomorrow, throughout this weekend, and seal that ish up. Okay, seal that ish up on the full moon, because the full moon is the end. It's wrapping everything out. It's full, and that's going to be your sign, sealed, delivered. Mind you, that is something that I say to myself in the mirror when I'm done with my mirror work, because instead of just saying something elaborate like, I am closing this mirror, da 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 da, I'm more like, I am protected. And when I start, I'm like, I am protected, and no portal can open without my consent. And then I'll do my affirmations, and then in the end, I'll say signed, sealed, delivered, because that means it's signed, the mirror is sealed, and everything that I affirm is delivered to me. It is confirmed. It is confirmed. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. For those of you who are new, my name is Ella Gann. I'm a spiritual creative. This is my spiritual channel. I also have a creative channel, and I also have a Patreon if you want to dive even more into the woo-woo and creativity and connect with me and my community, the Clovers. And y'all talk to me down in the comments, because that's where I'm headed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.